First Unreal. God, it takes me back. I mean, it's been so long. The game, it essentially took about 3 years, start to finish, and the last year was the most difficult one because we were holed up in a little office in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, a little college town about an hour or two outside of Toronto. And we were working 14 to 16-hour days, and fundamentally, as a game designer, the best logic that you can always follow is to make the kind of game that you want to play, and that's what we were doing. We were working our butts off to make a collective vision of something that was beautiful and interesting and compelling. It was a world that gamers wanted to explore, that was rich with beautiful environments and interesting alien creatures and fascinating locales.
We began developing Unreal in 1995. That was when Epic made the transition from being a little developer with 2 or 3 person teams to building a real development organization and company. Unreal was our first really major production. That's where we learned to develop a large-scale piece of software with a large team, integrate lots of artists in the pipeline, and build significant tools to help everybody create the game.
We were a bunch of kids throwing as much cool stuff at the wall and seeing essentially what stuck. And as fate had it, a lot of it did stick, and we wound up with a golden product that had a lot of gamers look back at with an incredible sense of nostalgia. I mean, going into the introduction of the Scar as the first enemy with the lights turning off and the creature leaping out in the darkness with the techno music blaring, I mean, to this day is still one of the most affecting moments in gaming history. To take all of that universe and to then transition that from the first Unreal into the mega hit that was Unreal Tournament, it was actually a really easy transition to make. We started off Unreal Tournament as an add-on pack. It was called the Bot Pack initially, named after Steve Polge's Reaper bots.
And actually, as we started working on it, we realized that hey, this is really fun, and this is really cool. This deserves more time, and it developed into its own big franchise.
And Mark Rain came in with his usual 800-pound gorilla demeanor. Guys, we got to make this, this a full product. This demands to be, on the market as a retail game. And we're like, Mark, we thought it would be an add-on pack. And he's like, no, we're going to call it Unreal Tournament, and we're going to add these cool features. And we're like, you know what? Let's do it.
The very first Unreal game shipped in May of 1998, and shortly after that, a bunch of us, myself, Steve Polge, James Schmaltz, Tim Sweeney, Cliff Bleszinski, and a few others, sat in the hotel room at E3 right after the game had been released and talked about plans for making an add-on pack. And what we wanted to focus on was this idea of using the bots to play network games against players and give you a real lifelike experience. And ultimately, that became Unreal Tournament.
If I could go back and do it again, I'd do it in a nanosecond, and everybody that was involved would do it, because it was not only the launching of multiple